Doodlebud here. Today I'm going to go through 7 ways to improve your writing. These are the ways I have used to improve my writing, and I go through 7 tips. Now, quick disclaimer, I don't have fantastic, beautiful, perfect writing. Go on Instagram, YouTube, any other place. You'll find people with far superior writing than what I have. But if you dare, scroll back way in time to one of my very first early videos. My writing was terrible. I have consciously made efforts to improve it. It has improved. So let me show you 7 ways I've done that. So the first way, which had the largest and most significant impact to my writing, was by taking a little calligraphy class. Now, a little while ago, Tom's Studio sent me their calligraphy starter kit to review. I did. I had lots of fun with it. I've always wanted to learn calligraphy. It looks really cool. I went through the process, reviewed it. My writing looked, so-so. Gemma from Tom's Studio, who is a professional calligraphy, offered to give me a calligraphy lesson. We even recorded it. The video is on the channel. I'll have a link down below. And that, whatever the video is, hour 20, hour and a half that I spent with her has had the greatest impact to improve my writing. Now, the actual kit they provided, it's unfortunately packed in my storage locker at the moment. But within the kit, there was all sorts of things. And you can download these online as well. But there was calligraphy drills. And it was really insightful to get all these little tips. And what it really did was help you learn just the transitions and hand control that you need to have proper writing. And though I don't want to become a calligrapher, these skills were transferable. If you can learn how to do these proper strokes and get consistency with your writing, maintaining angles, all these types of things, this builds the fundamentals, the building blocks for forming good handwriting. So this was by far the largest impact, was getting a calligraphy lesson. Whether you have one locally, if you have access to that, I would really encourage it. You can watch my video online. It was done over Zoom. It's not the best quality. There's other stuff as well. But take a quick beginner's calligraphy class. You will see the benefit. Speaking of seeing, that's tip number 2 is reading glasses. Now, just like when I do a video, I can show something from over here and you get the idea. But if I zoom right in, and now you see the end of my pen, you can really see me start forming letters or explain something, whatever it is I'm doing. That's what reading glasses do as well. You get a little bit of magnification, and that just draws you into the page. It makes things larger. These are just ones I got from the dollar store. They're a 1.5x. Just makes things a little bit bigger, easier to see what you're doing. I have these crazy ones. These looks like the ones that Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys wear. These are a 6x. I normally use these for inspecting nibs and doing nib grinds, all that type of stuff, so I can see my work. Their working distance is actually quite close. You have to be hunched over on the page, but if you really want to see up close, you can get reading glasses that have 6 times magnification. I don't recommend that high for normal, but somewhere around a 1.5 to 2.5 magnification. This has actually been something so simple, so cheap, they cost a couple bucks. But putting these reading glasses on when I really want to focus on my writing, this does have a very measurable improvement. Another way to improve your focus isn't with your vision, but it is with your hearing. So one thing I recommend, and you probably get this with other things, when you need to focus on something, is listening to music. I find that that's absolutely fantastic. Now, this is not my normal pair of headphones. Up until just a few weeks ago, these were my headphones. As you can see, oh, they're even stained. These have been around a bit, have a few miles. I knew I should probably get an upgrade at some point. These folks here over at Ankbit, they reached out to me and said, would you like to check out our headphones? I was going to say no, but I thought I need a new pair. I was planning to do this video. Listening to music is something that has helped me a bunch. So I said, these or stick with these. They sent them over. I've been using them for about 3 weeks, and these have been fantastic. So I said, hey, listen, I'll feature them in a video. I'm planning one about how to improve your writing. And I have to tell you, listening to music while you're writing, it really helps. You put on your glasses, you put on your headphones, it helps big times. The big thing with these ones, they have a button on here. So they have the noise cancellation. I've never had headphones with noise cancellation before. I didn't think it was a big deal. Now that I have a pair, I have to have noise canceling headphones moving forward forever. These work great in the gym. I take them when I go to the gym and train. There's lots of background noise there. I hit the button and it just brings everything in. It helps improve my focus when I'm training at the gym for my arm wrestling. It helps a bunch when I'm practicing my writing. If you're in a coffee shop doing stuff, doing some work, whatever it is you're doing, music always helps with the focus, but also getting rid of all distractions, all background noise, help keeping you in the zone. That little magical button down there is fantastic. These are super comfortable, nice cushions on them. Your ear goes inside, so the pressure point isn't on your ear, it's around your ear on your head. Everything hooks up to your Bluetooth. I haven't had problems with Bluetooth communication or crosstalk. My other ones at the gym, if my phone is not very, very close to my headphones, I lose connection all the time. These have been rock solid. I left my phone around the gym, walked quite far away from them, and they've been working great. So, there'll be a link down there in the description. These have been absolutely fantastic. And what I'll also do is I'm going to make a little playlist of some of Doodlebud's favorite songs when it comes to practicing his writing. I usually don't, I listen to all sorts of music, but when it comes to writing, I want something usually without lyrics or just instrumental stuff. So I'll put a few tracks on there. One thing I'll even do is I'll pick one track and listen to that same song for about 20 or 30 minutes while I'm practicing my writing, just to really help me focus in even more. I'll put on my glasses, whichever pair it is. I'll pick a song, put it on, noise cancellation, repeat 20, 30 minutes, and I'm just in the zone practicing, trying to improve. We're on to tip number 4. And for that one, it's know your letters. So before you can have nice writing, you got to know what you're going to write. Now, if you're just starting from scratch, you don't know what letters to write, you can pick up a guide somewhere and they'll just have basic letters for you to practice. Great, start with those. But if there are some that you don't like or ones you want to change, you can go with that as well. And it will take some time. For example, I guess it was maybe a year ago, I decided to change my letter A. And so this is how I do my letter A now. That works for me. It was a different letter A before. I worked with it. I didn't really like it. Wasn't in love with it. So I looked around, and then one day I was on Instagram and I saw someone throw down an A that looked kind of like this. And I thought that would look good with my handwriting. I think I can do that. It's fairly quick. It's not too hard to do. That's going to be my new A. So then I would just practice that letter. And if you know what you're going to write, it's much easier to write it well. So if you don't know what to write as of now, just find something. Find a copy sheet that you can use. Start with those letters. Look online. Just if you can't come up with it yourself, just copy other folks. Find a letter that you like for each letter of the alphabet and just start writing them out. Now, I have some letters I want to change. I'm fairly happy with my B, how I do it in general. I can do it large, I can do it small, I can do big loop, small loop, whatever I want to do. There are a few letters I don't like right now. My F, I'm still undecided if how I want to do my F. I can do flares off it as well. It has been a letter I've struggled with. I have a few different ways I've done it. I still don't like my F. So for the time being, I pick one, and until I find one I like better, then I'll switch to that. But if you're always kind of constantly switching in your letters, even if you don't like it, just stick with it for the time being. Know what you're going to write. And as time goes on, you'll sort of learn what you want to do. You can play around with it and you can switch it up. Tip number 5 is learning how to connect your letters. How to transition from one to the next is a key that can sort of make or break even your nicest individual letters. I'll give you a quick example. We'll use the word string since we want to string things together. When I started doing my writing, I would start off where the nib, the pen, whatever you're using, sticks to the page the whole time. I don't lift off. So if I want to use the word string, that's sort of how I do it. Now, I might have lifted off just out of reflex now because I have changed my style. And it's been very helpful where I can sort of separate a little bit. I lift off, and then I'll continue on with the next letter. So instead of having to go right back on the G, I get just a moment to reposition where I want to go, and then I can get the letter exactly where I want it. Because sometimes you'll be flowing along and then you realize, oh, I'm in a wrong spot. And you might not like how it looks. Now, if you go nice and slow, which is going to be another tip, it can help quite a bit. But sometimes you'll just have trouble connecting letters. The connection from here to here, you might not like it as much. How you end this letter and start this one, you're having trouble. So sometimes lifting off, doing a pause. Even on the word hello, I'll start off like this. Even my L's, I'll go up and I'll connect this way. And this is where I sort of learned this from the calligraphy. I have found that's helped quite a lot instead of having to stay where the pen stays on the page. And I know that's greater efficiency. The pen doesn't leave the page, so you can go quicker. But for my style of writing, my hand, I find that little lift off helps quite a bit with my connectivity. Maybe it helps me just stop and pause for a second to be a little bit more mindful of where I'm going to start the next stroke and when my pen, where it should be and where it should start. Tip number 6, I sort of alluded to it just a moment ago. It's take your time. Just to show you, I will write maybe 2 or 3 words. I'll write practice phrase. How's that sound? I'll write practice phrase. I'll fast forward like I normally do in my videos just to get it done quick for, time saving's sake. And then I'll show it again on how long that actually took for me to write the words practice phrase. I did edit out the little pause of me readjusting the camera focus, but you could see the difference between, speeding things up just to make a video a little bit quicker so it's not taking forever to do versus how long it actually takes to write when you take a little bit of time to write out a sentence when you're a little bit mindful and trying to focus on your writing. The final tip number 7, it's right in front of you. It's this word here, practice. If you want to get better at anything, obviously you have to practice. Yes. Putting on a pair of glasses definitely helps. Listening some music to get you in the zone, all that type of stuff. But this all hinges on just like anything else to improve. You need to practice. Have a book that you go through. Sometimes I'll just pick one letter and practice. If you don't know what to write, I have pages in here where it's just me with swear words. I'll just have insults or swears because sometimes I want to just write that. I'll try to make a really nasty word look just beautiful with, perfect writing and just have it be very, very elegant. If you write whatever you want to write, music lyrics, names, sometimes I'll just do the names of the planets, whatever it is, swears, whatever you want to do. The point is set aside, I would say no less than 20 minutes, minimum 20 minutes. Try to find that, whatever it is you want to practice. If it's a specific letter, if it's connecting a couple letters, maybe your T and H, you want to play with that, or your S and your T. Do you want to have them go together or do you want them separate? ING, lots of words have ing, so you can focus on just little things. What do you do with double L's? That's a bit of a tricky one. If you're trying to make them both exactly the same, if they're slightly off, you're going to notice that deviation. Maybe you try to make one a little different style to give some style points so you don't have to worry about everything being perfectly symmetrical. Whatever you got to do though, put the time in and just practice. Bonus tip number 8 could be just enjoy the process. Whether you want to learn modern calligraphy and you have a dip pen or a new flex nib and you want to get the most out of it and you've always wanted to learn how to write like that, go for it. If that's not your intention, you just want to improve your writing, go for that as well. You get to pick out your favorite pen, your favorite ink, take 20 minutes to yourself, put on some music. Again, like I said, I'll have a little playlist down below. If you don't know what to listen to, try that. And you just get the practice and forget about everything else. Take time to de-stress, maybe have a cup of tea, have a drink, whatever it is you want to have. Sit down and do it. And let's say it's your letter M. And for the next 20 minutes, you want to just get your M locked in and perfected and just love writing your letter M. Great. Take the time to do it. Whatever it is you want to work on, whatever it is you want to improve, just take that time, 20 minutes here and there. It doesn't have to be every day. Don't make it a chore or else you're not going to enjoy it. And the cool thing is with fountain pens, you can just have one pen with you with ink, maybe a cool little nib that you just enjoy, and you can do it anywhere that you want. When you're traveling, at a coffee shop, on a break, you can practice your writing anywhere, anytime. And sometimes it can just help clear your mind. There's a lot of things going on in life. Sometimes just 20 minutes to do something like this can help just clear your head and help you move on throughout the day, make you more productive in other areas as well. Look, if you dare to watch an old video, you see how bad it was. It has improved. It's not perfect. It needs more room for improvement. I will continue to do it and enjoy the process. I hope you do too. If you found this video helpful, subscribe. That's the button there. Thumbs up, comments, and I got a bunch more coming, so we'll have to catch you next time.